Hey YouTube, today we're diving into a topic concerning Zenless Zone Zero. Now, a big question is, should you reroll or not, and is it worth it? We'll break down the pros and cons to help you decide. But first, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more ZZZ content on the way. Now, let's start with reasons why you might want to reroll. First off, rerolling can give you a significant head start in your account. In many gacha games, having a strong start can make a huge difference in your early game experience. Getting a powerful character or a rare weapon at the beginning can help you fly through content and give you an edge in challenging content now and in the near future. It also allows you to brag to people who are not so lucky to quote-unquote get better at the cost of turning into an insufferable person, but I digress. Another big reason to reroll is if you have a specific agent you really want to get. Let's be real. Half the fun in these gacha games is collecting your favorite characters. If there's a particular character you're dying to have on your team, rerolling until you get them can be worth that effort. Another reason why you might want to reroll is actually to avoid a character you don't want. Maybe for some very specific reason that I can't seem to put my finger on, you don't want Lyacon. Now, I couldn't even begin to guess why you wouldn't want him, but it's just an example. Rerolling might be worth that effort. You just really hate that specific assortment of pixels that much. You do you, man. Now, compared to other Hoyoverse titles, we have something a little different concerning Zenless Zone Zero. Now, with the inclusion of a skip button, something we haven't seen for past Hoyoverse titles, this will drastically cut back the time it takes for you to get to gambling. Now, you can lose even faster. But rerolling isn't for everybody. Let's talk about why you might choose not to reroll. First of all, Hoyoverse games are notoriously a pain in the ass to reroll on. The process can be time consuming and tedious. For some, the hassle just isn't worth it. Making all those emails, switching servers, getting through 2FA, it makes your otherwise 10 minutes dailies go even longer. Why are you doing this to yourself? Is it that important? Is it that serious? Let me know. Another reason you might skip rerolling is if there aren't any characters you're too hyped for at the start of the game. If none of the launch characters appeal to you, it might be better to just wait. Remember, stronger characters will likely come out a few months later, and you might regret spending all that time rerolling for a character you end up not using. Power creep is inevitable, and if you have enough self-control to wait, go ahead. You're better than a lot of us. There are also several things the game puts in to prevent rerolling. For example, the login rewards are over the course of the week, meaning you have to keep your count to get those 10 pulls, and those events themselves are spaced out. As we saw, and I covered in my last video, the first weekly login rewards to get your 10 pulls happens once, and then 2 weeks later, we have another one, and then we have the one for the bang boos. So you're gonna have to actually keep your account if you want to get all those pulls. So rerolling kind of means you miss out on all of that. So what about me? What's my take on rerolling? Personally, I just don't reroll. For one, I think it's a waste of time. I'd rather dive into the game and start progressing rather than spend hours rerolling. Plus, I trust that more characters will come into the future that I enjoy playing. And if you get a character that sucks at the beginning, clearing content with that character is like, it's all about the struggle. Finally getting that busted character after doing bummy damage for so long is so satisfying. Once you replace that first character, it'll be like Andy sending off his toys at the end of Toy Story 3. And you'll just appreciate what you have even more. But that's just me. What about you guys? What are your reasons for rerolling or not rerolling? Let me know in the comments below. Another side note is the current stock up event that's going on, the web event that you get for logging in every day and doing tasks. It gives you rewards that you can claim in-game, kind of like what we had for the Wuthering Waves Echo event, where you pick the Echo to just carry into your early game. So that might take into consideration whether you reroll or not, considering it gives you some nice little goodies early on while you're getting a hold of the game. But yeah. And like one mistake I've seen people make is that when they just start re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling, they just like start to hate the game. Like you haven't even gotten like 2 hours into the game and you already burnt out. You already hate it. And you might drop the game because of that even. I've seen some comments about people who have re-rolled so much they just end up just not playing the game. Like they just get sick of it. You really like need to see into the long term. You will get most of these 5-star standard characters. Cause like, let's be real. Think about the standard characters in Star Rail. Think about the standard characters in Genshin. Think about the standard characters in Wuthering Waves. Like, you're gonna get all these guys eventually if you play the game. I don't know. I enjoy min-maxing, but there's a point where it's just like, all right, man, like, what are we doing? Like, all that for 10% increase in damage. At least that's just my take on it. It's a little overrated in my opinion. That's why games have implemented the infinite reroll beginner banner feature in some other gacha games. Like you just keep spinning until you get like the roll you're satisfied with, so they can prevent you from making new accounts and things like that. But yeah, I just think re-rolling in a Hoyoverse title is kind of crazy. That's just my take though. So to kind of wrap this all up, here are the big overarching reasons why you might re-roll, which is to get a head start on your account, if you want a specific agent, or you want to avoid a specific agent, and if you don't want to re-roll, here's some reasons why you might have that prevent you from doing so. It's just a pain in the ass to do. It's tedious, it's annoying, and the base roster isn't that crazy for you, so you're just kind of waiting and seeing who's here, like who's going to be released, and yeah, you're just going to enjoy the game, get what you get, use the hand you're dealt with. It's like real life. Just take the hand you're dealt with and do what you can with that.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought?
Not me.
That's kind of the message of the day. You got to make the most of what you got. But thank you for watching. And if you're excited for Zenless Zone Zero, if you play Wuthering Waves, if you play Honkai Star Rail, subscribe. We do a lot of that here. So yeah, there you have it. The pros and cons, whether it's a reroll or not. For you, it might be worth it. I hope you get Ellen. I hope you get the police girl. Like, all the power to you. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.